Hello everybody, Chuck Holler. It's 11/22/13, week before Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Reason I'm putting a video out today, same reason I put the last few out, Comet Ison. Big news for those who are paying attention. Well, like Fox News said, comet of the century, maybe comet of a lifetime, and it's getting brighter and brighter each day it gets closer to the sun. Now, it's coming around the sun on the 28th, which is 6 days from now, towards the evening, Thanksgiving, also Hanukkah. Now, as I stated in my last video, for Hanukkah to be on Thanksgiving, the next time that happens is going to be 79,043 years from now. Folks, that's, like my son said, he's heard me talk about every 500 years, every 300, maybe every 1,000. It's only happened 7 times in 2,000 years, but 79,000, this is the life of a planet, folks. That's a very, very rare event. Well, something else is very rare. 4 comets in the sky at the same time. Unprecedented. That's the key word, unprecedented. It's never happened before. 4 comets at the same time. We've got Comet Lovejoy, Comet Ison, Comet Enki, and, what's the other one? Linear. Comet Linear. Unheard of. What happens? A 5th comet shows up. Now that's what's unheard of. The other 4 were unprecedented. Now this is who could have thought a 5th comet shows up. In one of the other Christian posts, I'd written a letter a week or 2 ago that I really wouldn't be surprised if 2 more comets showed up before Hanukkah, so that the Lord would actually display a menorah made out of comets in the sky. Genesis 1:14 says, and he put lights in the sky for signs and for seasons. You hear me quote that verse a lot. I normally say he put the sun and the moon and the stars, but it doesn't say that. He said he put lights in the sky. Now, a couple verses later, he said he made 2 great lights to divide the day from night, sun and the moon, and he also made the stars. Anyway, this particular verse, 14, he put lights first, and comets are lights, and they are signs. And now what happens? A 6th one shows up. That's right, 6 of them. 1 away, folks, from a menorah in the sky. This one almost slipped by me, though. It's called Nevsky. And the reason I almost missed it is because when I tried to do a search on it, this is the same guy whose name translates into wormwood. He discovered Comet Ison on the telescope Ison. So here he is, discovering this new one using the same telescope Ison. So when you do a Google, there's some confusion out there. But if you pay attention, you'll see that Comet Nevsky 2013 was discovered on November 13th, 2013. Just about 7, 8, 9 days ago. So it's in the sky with the other 5. There are 6 of them in the sky, folks. I know last time I said I kind of chastised Christians for being so sensational about us being hit by Ison, and we're not going to be hit by Ison, but there's a new book out there a couple people have read, and I saw one of the reviews this week, that there was a great comet 666 years ago. Imagine that date. And it was called Negro. This was in 1347. Now, back then, they didn't have the kind of technology we have. If anybody knows that date, it was also the date of the Black Plague. There were a lot of rumors of fogs and foul odors and what have you. And they're coming to think now that maybe it wasn't so much the bubonic plague being spread around by rats as much as the planet went through the tail of a comet. Now, one thing we know about Comet Ison, there's something very strange about it, is it went past Mars the other day. It actually interacted with Mars and turned the entire atmosphere of Mars green. Now, what possibly could make a comet do something like this? Now we know in the first and second week of January, we are going through the tail of this comet. What's going to happen to us, folks? Who knows? But we know that 666 years ago, Comet Negro could have been Ison. And when you go through a tail that has so much carbon monoxide and other gases in it, and that gets put into our upper stratosphere and the debris field with small rocks, they start coming down, they start poisoning the waters. Folks, it could be what starts the plagues of Revelation. This could be it. We don't know, but we should take a look. There's a few things about the Black Plague. You know, towards the end of the Black Plague, up near Iceland, a great part of the population died. Well, there were no rats in Iceland. Rats didn't even get to Iceland until the 1800s, when shipping became and the ships got up there and the rats came off board and got into the country, and next thing you know, they got rats. So there were no rats up there. And also, the bubonic plague takes a warm weather to survive. How does this explain the millions who died in northern Europe during the winter? So I tend to believe that it was something beside the bubonic plague. Although the bubonic plague was rampant, but I think a lot of it had to do with whatever was causing other sicknesses there. It caused their immune systems to be weakened, and the bubonic plague killed them instead of just making them sick. So anyway, I don't want to rattle on, but folks, 333 years later, we had another comet that came through, and now here we have Ison. It looks like it could be on a 333-year pattern. And if that's so, we are going through the debris field in the 1st of January. So, folks, I don't know, but keep looking up. Even Hollywood, like I said, knows that something is awry. And a very large percentage of movies are apocalyptic or of an apocalyptic nature. And life is short. Life is a vapor. And you don't need to be living in the end of time to get your life right, because you could walk outside, get hit by a bus, drop over of a heart attack. Life's pretty short, folks. And choose you this day who you serve, because there's a heaven, there's a hell, there's a God, and there's a devil, and they're all real. So keep looking up. Have a happy not a Halloween. Have a happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, happy Christmas, and a great New Year. You might not hear from me again till after the holidays, unless that 7th comet shows up, and I will not be able to refrain from putting a video out. God bless. Bye-bye.